All right, what's up my plant lovers? So I am back with another episode of Great Ground Covers. You guys know I love ground covers because, well, really the best way to kind of keep weeds at bay, as well as minimizing the need for mulch and also reducing the amount of watering that you need to do, providing more plant life on the surface of your ground is really and truly the very best way to do so. So I have the mission to fill out all of my flower beds so that you don't see any more mulch. You only see green and flowers and shades of burgundies and whatever other color foliage and flowers I got going on. But of course, while I wait to get all my plants in the ground and watch them fill out, I definitely use mulch to be that placeholder. But soon enough, I'll start to minimize the need for my mulch. But for now, what I want to talk about is winter hardy succulent sedum, or sometimes known as stonecrop. Here you can see I have this gorgeous tray of stonecrop, and there's multiple different varieties of stonecrop growing in this one tray. Now, maybe you've seen these before, maybe not. What these are they are mats of cocoa fiber, kind of like the husk of the cocoa of a coconut is used as a growing material in these trays, and then all of these different varieties of sedum that are all winter hardy are planted together on this mat. And what you have is this convenient mat kind of thing, which is really easy to plant and really absolutely beautiful. Now I love the sedum, the succulent sedum, because for one, these are all winter hardy varieties. I'm in zone 7A, but these are probably winter hardy down to like zone 5, maybe even 4, I'm not sure. And because they're succulent, you can plant them in hot, sunny areas. They definitely want to be grown in areas that get pretty good sunlight and pretty good drainage. So those are the kind of the two requirements. You can see in this bed where I'm going to be planting it, I have my lavender, I have my bearded iris, I have some dianthus, so this is going to be a great natural addition to this flower bed. Now, where I'm actually going to be planting it, let's come in a little bit closer. Now, I'm actually going to be planting it all along this side, like all along this bank, all along the embankment, in between and at the front of this garden kind of bed. And what that's going to do is really going to kind of create a very nice kind of flow from plant to plant, filling out the entire look of the garden. So what you do with these cocoa fiber mats is really simple. Let me show you. So you can see I got 6 of these trays. Now you could definitely just go and like plant this entire thing, just kind of plop it down, but that would not be utilizing the plant material as best as possible. So what I like to do, I like to take my tray and then I like to cut them into like, I don't know, this is like a 4x4 square, all right? So I'm using my nice clean shears. If you need a new pair, check my description and I will provide a link for some nice shears that I like to use for my gardening. And so now I have this cool little 4-inch square. Oh, I just noticed. So this tray actually comes, not only does it have the cocoa fiber, it also has this plastic netting. So you want to definitely rip that off. You don't want to plant this, but you can leave this cocoa fiber, plant this directly into your flower beds, and over time it's eventually going to kind of degrade into the soil and actually help improve the structure of that soil, which we love. And you could leave them just like this size, or you could even cut them smaller. The cool thing about these is that they will absolutely fill out and grow and multiply in size. And you know, honestly, the smaller that you cut, the easier they are to plant. So now once you have little clusters, you can just break them off into clusters. I like doing like kind of like a 3x3 or 4x4 inch squares. You can use scissors to kind of chop them into multiple pieces, or just use your hands to cut them up or to tear them apart. The reason that we love sedum so much is because these are naturally going to root in the ground as they kind of creep and crawl and grow. They're going to naturally root in the ground and provide a nice, thick, dense, matted coverage. That's what I love about the sedum stonecrop. And so even if you have like little pieces like this that kind of just fall off while you're tearing them apart, don't get rid of them. You can just literally sprinkle them onto your garden bed, and these can actually root and then grow into a larger plant. All right, so let me show you how easy it is to actually get them in the ground. It's easily one of the fastest plantings to do. So another reason why I absolutely love the sedum is that the first time I ever saw these growing, I was in Switzerland with my family, and we saw them growing. They actually use them as like a green roofing material, and it's really amazing. If you've ever seen them grown as a green roof, there's nothing quite like it. And so I've always had that kind of envision in my mind. So planting this is definitely going to bring back those memories of my trip to Switzerland with my family when we saw these growing on those roofs. All right, so once you got your gloves on, I have a bunch of squares that I've pre-divided, and I'm literally just gonna kind of just randomly space them like 6 inches apart. You don't need to plant them deep at all. You kind of just move the mulch or soil around and you just nestle it in. It's simple, it's really that simple. If you have some mulch, you can kind of nestle it in a little bit better, just like that. But definitely give them a little bit of room to grow. They want to grow. Each square like this is probably gonna multiply, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times its original size. So spread them out, give them some room, and you'll find that over the coming 2, 3, 4 years, they're absolutely gonna create just this gorgeous, thick, dense carpet of this succulent foliage. All right, so let me get a couple more in here. I love to really just kind of surround the pre-existing plant material. I think it's so fun. And of course, last but not least, we've got to give them some water, help them kind of establish themselves into their new home. And voila, it's done. It's so fun, it's so easy, and it's gonna bring a ton of beauty to this flower bed, this hot, sunny, dry flower bed. So if you have an area of your garden that really needs a little bit of extra lushness, consider adding succulent sedum, particularly hardy sedum if you live in a cold, wintry area, and you'll find that they are a magical plant. Anyway, thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations with me, Devin Wallin. Stay tuned because you know I'm going to be giving you an update on how these look over the next year or 2. I also have videos that I'm posting every single week during the week and on the weekends as well. So I started to do some live videos, so click that little bell to receive notifications. You got to subscribe and then click that bell and you'll receive notifications every time that I go live on YouTube, so you can watch and leave your comments and we can chat. Thank you for joining me here, and I'll catch you soon. Ciao.